while they're deciding whether or not they're ready back there, let's try one little story that we had to fill in here last week. We have a Mr. Smith. We have any Mr. Smiths in the audience tonight? Oh, he's back again. He liked that story so much. Mrs. Smith, I want to tell you, this isn't about your husband, really. This is not a true experience. Okay? Our Mr. Smith, he's self-employed businessman, got himself a nice little business going, got himself a nice little house, pillar of the community, goes to church every week, every other week, whatever. Got himself 2 fine children, dog, cat, canary, live in the house out in the country. Mr. Smith's got a business appointment out on the West Coast. So he asked his secretary, Fifi Lamour, to go with him, and like most secretaries, she knows more about what's going on in the boss's business and what the boss does. She sort of keeps things straightened out. Now, Fifi, she's been working for Mr. Smith since she graduated from school, and she really thinks Mr. Smith is a super type person. They get on out to San Francisco, get in the airport limousine, go to the hotel. The reservations have been mixed up. There are conventions in town. It seems like every room in every hotel in town is booked. The only room that they have for Mr. Smith is Mr. Smith's room. He asked the clerk, "What am I going to do? Here I am here, a married man with my unmarried secretary. What am I going to do with only one room?" The manager tries to smooth things over. He says, "Mr. Smith," he says, "we are deeply apologetic," he says, "for the mix-ups." He says, "Please accept our apologies." He says, "Tomorrow morning," he says, "we are due to get some open rooms. We will straighten things out then." He says, "If you would just, for tonight, let us move a rollerway bed into your room that either you or your secretary could sleep on." So Mr. Smith goes over and he talks to his secretary, explains the situation, and she says, "Well, yes, I think that would be all right just for tonight." Mr. Smith and his secretary, they go up to their room, get their bags unpacked, go down to the dining room and have dinner. After dinner, they go back up to their room because it has been a rather tiring, trying day. And they're ready for bed at night. Mr. Smith crawls into his bed, secretary crawls into hers. The lights go out, and you hear, "Mr. Smith, I'm cold. Could you please close the window?" Mr. Smith says, "Fifi, how would you like to be Mrs. Smith for tonight?" Fifi is all upset over this. "Oh, Mr. Smith, I would just love to be Mrs. Smith for tonight." He says, "Fine, then get out of bed and close the window yourself." Oh.